Good evening, welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Swati Kundra. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 25th of January. Bacha Khan University reopens amid security days after brutal attack. India-France signed 14 MoUs to boost bilateral ties. And security beefed up across India ahead of Republic Day. And now for all the details, India and France on Monday signed 14 Memorandum of Understandings to boost partnership. French President François Hollande, who's on a 3-day visit to India, held talks with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on common causes concerning the two nations.
India and France agreed to build up strategic cooperation in the fields of defence, space and technology, nuclear energy and culture, among various others. But the highlight of all the agreements was the Rafale jet deal inked between the two countries. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced the deal in April last month. The purchase of 36 French Rafale jets can cost India nearly $9 billion.
36 राफेल लड़ाकू विमानों की खरीद को लेकर यह खुशी की बात है कि दोनों पक्षों के बीच कुछ फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट को छोड़ करके शेष इंटर गवर्नमेंटल एग्रीमेंट संपन्न हो गया है। हमारी यह भी सहमति हुई है कि फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट को अतिशीघ्र रिजॉल्व किया जाएगा।
Leaders of both the countries, which recently witnessed terror attacks, also resolved to fight global terrorism.
Nous savons, nous, qui nous a frappés. C'est Daesh, qui d'ailleurs revendique ces crimes, qui exhibe les auteurs de ces forfaits, de ces assassinats, qui diffuse des images atroces. Eh bien, je l'affirme ici, nous ne nous laisserons jamais impressionner. Et ces provocations odieuses amplifient encore la résolution qui est la nôtre, qui est la mienne, pour protéger les Français à travers des décisions.
Earlier in the day, President Hollande paid homage to India's father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at his memorial. President Hollande is in India on a 3-day visit and will be gracing India's 67th Republic Day celebrations as the chief guest on Tuesday. He is the 5th French president to become the chief guest at the Grand Republic Day celebrations. President Hollande's visit is part of the strategic partnership between India and France since 1998, where there are regular dialogues and visits between heads of government, national security advisors and defense chiefs.
Meanwhile, security has been beefed up across India in view of the Republic Day celebrations. Terror alert has been issued in many places, even as intelligence agencies are pulling all stops to avert any untoward incident.
Unprecedented security arrangements were placed across India in wake of terror alert during the 67th Republic Day celebrations on Tuesday. India observes the Republic Day on 26th of January, the day when the country adopted its constitution in 1950. National capital New Delhi, ahead of the significant day, turned into a fortress as thousands of security personnel were deployed all over the city. India's Interior Ministry has said that the threat of Islamic State during the Republic Day celebration is very real. Police have arrested nearly 20 Islamic State suspects in a nationwide crackdown. India also always faces terror threats from militant groups based in Pakistan. There are fears of Paris-like attack on metro cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru and Kolkata. According to intelligence, there are intercepts to suggest that there are different modules of two different terror groups which are working to strike against Republic Day. On Friday, Delhi police had issued an alert about a cab whose driver was killed and the vehicle robbed off from Pathankot by 3 suspects. Till now, 3 cars have been stolen. Notably, these incidents come days after the Pathankot terror attack, which had a similar pattern. as the terrorist had used the car they had stolen from a senior police officer to enter the Air Force base where they opened fire. 7 soldiers were killed in the incident, sending panic waves across the country.
Moving on to news from Pakistan, the Bacha Khan University in Charsada city of Pakistan reopened on Monday, 4 days after 4 gunmen entered the premises, killing 21 people, mostly students, and injuring over 30. A report.
Strict security was in place as students and staff arrived at the university on Monday. A condolence meeting was held at the university campus where teachers, students and other staff members offered prayer for the departed souls and those injured in the attack. The staff as well as the students put up a brave face and said they were not scared and that they will fight back militants.
आएंगे, डरने वाले नहीं है, इन्हें पीछे हटेंगे और इन लोगों का मुकाबला इंशाअल्लाह हम करेंगे। खुदा न करे कि फिर ऐसा वाक़या पेश आए, लेकिन अगर आ भी गया तो मुकाबले से डरने वाला नहीं, हम करेंगे इंशाअल्लाह।
Although classes did not resume formally, many students were seen sitting in classrooms.
हम डरने वालों में से नहीं है, हम पहले भी आते थे, आज भी आए हैं और बार-बार आएंगे। हम डरने वालों में से नहीं, हम अपना तालीम मुकम्मल करके जाएंगे।
On 20th January, the militants, using the cover of thick wintry fog, scaled the walls of the university and entered buildings to open fire on students and teachers in classrooms and hostels. A faction of Tehreek-e-Taliban had claimed the responsibility for the brutal attack. Authorities have arrested 4 facilitators who helped the attackers. The incident was reminiscent of the Army public school attack in Peshawar in the same province, in which 134 students were killed in a massacre carried out by the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Taliban militants in 2014.
The provincial government of Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has decided to issue free license of weapons to employees of the government's educational institutes. The decision has come after the deadly attack on the province's Bacha Khan University last week.
The provincial government has stated that staff and teachers of the government's educational institutes would get free gun licenses, while private entities have to pay a fee. The government officials will only need to show an authority letter from their department when applying for license. The decision comes days after 21 people, mostly students, were killed during a terror attack on Bacha Khan University on 20th January in Charsada and amid threat of more attacks on educational institutes in the country. The debate to arm teachers has surged in the country after university's professor Syed Hamid Hussain opened fire on the Taliban gunmen during the attack, saving many students. Many have opposed the government's decision as they believe such situations would affect the studies of children and only create panic. Instead, they demanded that the government should deploy security personnel in educational institutes to provide safety. Earlier, the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa had given permission to teachers and the staff of educational institutes to carry firearms after the deadly Peshawar Army school attack in 2014. However, it had to retract its decision after a student in Swat district was killed when his teacher's pistol accidentally went off.
Gilgit-Baltistan witnesses frequent floods due to environmental changes caused by deforestation. The timber mafia that is very active in the region indulges in large-scale illegal timber trade. But the situation becomes even more pitiable when locals say they do not get timber for warming up their houses in harsh winters. A report.
Winter brings no good news to the people of Gilgit-Baltistan. Even as temperature continues to dip in minus, locals have no means to warm up their homes. People say the local government has failed to provide any substantial help. Basic facility like electricity is also not available in this region during the bone-chilling season. Even the cost of timber increases manifold during winters, adding to their woes.
कई रोज़ से जब से यहाँ पे सर्दी में इजाफा हो रहा है मुसलसल, उसके बाद जो है लकड़ी की जलाने की जो लकड़ी की कीमतें हैं उनमें बेतहाशा इजाफा हुआ है, जिसकी वजह से लोग लकड़ी जो है वो लोगों की ख़रीदारी की क़ुव्वत ख़रीद से जो है वो बाहर हो गई है, क्योंकि लोगों ने इस सर्दी में जहाँ पे बिजली भी नहीं है वहाँ पे हीटिंग के लिए जो है वो लकड़ी ही इस्तेमाल करते हैं, और ज़्यादातर लोग जो है हीटिंग के साथ कुकिंग के लिए भी लकड़ी का इस्तेमाल करते हैं सर्दी की वजह से।
Gilgit-Baltistan was once known as a natural reserve with thousands of square mile area under forest cover, but that has shrunk irreparably. Due to lack of political will and alleged benefits gained by government functionaries, the powerful timber mafia till today continues to plunder the region by illegally chopping and smuggling green trees, now leaving even the natives in crisis.
Afghan Taliban has said its participation in the peace talks with Afghan government will depend on certain preconditions, including the removal of their members from a United Nations blacklist and reopening of their political office in Qatar. In a two-day unofficial meeting hosted in Qatar's capital Doha, Taliban representatives met people close to the Afghan government over the weekend. The armed group's representatives said that a formal process cannot proceed until foreign troops withdraw from the country. They also called for lifting United Nations sanctions that ban its leaders from flying internationally and tie up their financial assets. The Doha meeting, however, is not part of the official quadrilateral peace process recently initiated to lay out a roadmap to peace in Afghanistan. The Afghan government has opposed the event, saying the meeting organized by Pugwash Conferences in Science and World Affairs and International Crisis Group gave the Taliban undue legitimacy. Unhappy with the First Amendment of the Constitution, the Nepal's agitating Madheshi community has threatened to intensify their protest. A report.
Ethnic Madhesi leaders have rejected the First Amendment of Nepal's constitution, which was voted upon by the Himalayan nation's parliament after months of protest by the minority community. The Nepal Parliament passed the amendment on Saturday that sought to ensure proportional inclusion of the Madhesis as well as other marginalized communities in the government bodies. The leaders of the agitating parties, however, boycotted the move, stating that the amendment was incomplete and did not address all demands of the community. The community leaders cited that the amendment process did not include the main demand of the Madhesis, that is, to redemarcate provincial boundaries.
कानून तथा न्याय मंत्री ने अपनी एक परिमार्जन की जो धारणा रखा है, वह केवल कांग्रेस, सेमाले, माओवादी और रपरपा का धारणा है। हम लोगों की धारणा नहीं है। हम लोगों से सुबह से शाम तक कहीं भी सहमति नहीं की गई। हम लोगों के बिना सहमति से जिस तरह से जबरदस्ती संविधान पास किया गया।
The Madhesi parties vowed to continue their protests against the constitution. The community has been protesting against the new charter since its implementation last year, stating that it fails to reflect their interests. Several rounds of negotiations between the government and the leaders of the protest have failed amid differences over the change of internal boundaries of the newly created federal states.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Bacha Khan University reopens amid security days after brutal attack. India-France signed 14 MoUs to boost bilateral ties. And security beefed up across India ahead of Republic Day. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/AsAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @AsAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.